King of Swords, Page of Questing, Contemplating. The King of Swords is contemplating. The King of Swords is contemplating his next quest. Page of Questing. The King of Swords is contemplating, Five of Pentacles, his next move, his next quest. Been ringing for hours, that statement. Okay, so we have a shorts that I want you to check out with Megadeth called She-Wolf, and that's about a wolf in sheep's clothing. So we have an energy around us that is trying to mess with us, but it could be just ourselves. Doesn't have to be somebody physical, doesn't have to be a dark feminine, it doesn't have to be anything but our own thinking. So that contemplation about your next quest is just that you're thinking too much. Could be, right? Let's go a little deeper into this reading. We have the King of Questing underneath it, so I am getting that as a backup to everything I just said. I think you're sitting and thinking a little bit too much. Okay? You're contemplating a little bit too much, and we need to put some action into it. Yep, you're very confused. You have 7 different options. 7. And you just don't know which of the 7 you should even start first. You're just kind of in the land of confusion. Well, you're the emperor. You're not a king. You are a king, but you're not. You're past being a king. So you need action. You just need to do it. Get in your emperor mood and just move forward. This is your soul contract, 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups. You are the King of Q, but we need to go 1 notch up into our emperor mode, and we need to fulfill our soul contract by being the emperor. And the card that fell on the floor says contemplation needs to be over. You've had enough time to think about this. If you're going to take more time to think about this, then we're going to have some problems. Okay? Underneath the Page of Questing, we've got the Magician. So use your Emperor Magician power, because now's the time to act. You're getting in your own way. You are your own she-wolf. So we got to use our magician power and get out of contemplation. It's going to take strength, as it always does. And that's kind of what's holding you back, is lack of strength. Whatever that means to you, lack of strength. I'm drawn to my red shirt here, and I'm drawn to the dragon fins. The shirt and the dragon fins, they look very similar. So that's for a reason. Red is power. You saw the emperor having that red outfit on. Red is power. You need to get into your power. What's your power? Your power is your quest. Your power is what fell on the floor again. What's your power? The truth. King of Swords is all about truth. Okay. Let's look what's underneath the King of Swords. St. Michael's sword of truth. I just saw a big black crow come on in. Let's see if we can show you him. See him up on the roof there? The big black crow just came in. Why did he come in? Because of St. Michael's sword of truth. The King of Swords needs to stand in his truth. The shorts today too. The very first card out was Declare Your Truth. So it's all about the truth and the wild card. So that's just repeating itself. That's the Magician. But it was in reverse, wasn't it? Yep. So somebody's not using their wild card. They're not using their magic power. They're contemplating too much. They're getting in their own way. And it's time now to get on your bike and ride. Get on your bike and ride, baby. Okay, so we've got the Three of Wands energy. That's giving me a celebration energy. But what else is coming off of this card? Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Yep. You're not using your spiritual side enough. You're thinking too much with your head. Maybe even thinking too matrixy, as I call it. I just saw the bird fly away with a piece of bread in his mouth. So he's done contemplating. He went and picked up the bread, and now he's flying off. And behind him was another one, which you know they always fly more than one. And then that one is going to share the bread with him. So by leaving the contemplation behind, going for what you want, and then flying off, you get followers behind you, which is your ancient one, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so Three of Wands. You're done healing. Four of Swords. You're done contemplating. So they said it's not about healing, it's about the contemplation. Your contemplation has to end. You're taking too long contemplating, and we already said all that. Okay, then we have the soul contract, and it's not the soul contract, it's the Two of Swords, the Two of Spades, but I called it a Two of Cups. So this is saying your soul contract is all about the truth. And the decision card, this is the Two of Swords, the decision card says your contemplation's over. So how many times have I said to stop contemplating? The King of Swords needs to move. He needs to quest. Remember the page of questing? Needs to pick up that bone and move forward. We just got 3, 4, 5 birds come in. 5 crows is change. Okay, and then we've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is your hard work paid off. Your contemplating paid off. You know where to go now. You know what to do. So the King of Swords is ready for action. Two of Wands, got to be courageous and daring. So both decks are just repeating themselves because the Strength card came out in the last deck. This is my Strength card in this deck. This is about courageous and daring. So the change is kind of scary. It's always taking courageous, daring. It's always hard to change, right? So that's just where you're at. There you go. There's confirmation. So I think we're going to end it there. That was a short and sweet one, huh? The contemplation's open. You got the Strength card twice. You got the Five of Wands, which is the contemplation is over. You see clearly now. You see his big light. You see clearly now. We just had 5 birds, number 5. We just had 5 birds on the roof. That's change. And incoming communication, 8 of Wands. If you want your birdie in hand, there's phlegm with the 9 of Cups. If you want that 9 of Pentacles, I called it a 9 of Cups. If you want that 9 of Pentacles, if you want your wishes and your desires, which is the 9 of Cups, then communicate. So with that contemplation, you were wondering if you should communicate, is what I'm getting, and it says yes. Definitely need to communicate. If you don't, the journey is not going to succeed, obviously, because this is the Six of Swords in reverse. So it's just going to all fizzle out if you don't communicate. You'll be a fool not to take this new beginning. You'd be a fool not to take this new beginning, because you're going to learn so much. This next chapter with this next assignment is mind-blowing, because it's going to really open your eyes and you get to be a student again. And what's going to come in is your intuition is going to spark, because it's going to be a love offer. I know I said I was going to stop, but this is great. This is your intuition pays off, and it's going to get heightened because you're going to become a student again, because your lover is going to be a teacher and a student. You're going to be a teacher and a student, and it's all about the truth. Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups. So this next chapter, since you've passed all your tests, is going to be the one, the ancient one, okay? The twin flame, the real thing. If you're 5D and higher, like I am, it's definitely going to be your ancient one, okay? So we've got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords. It's definitely took a long time. It's the Ace of Pentacles, but it's a yes, and it's coming in because you passed all your tests. What did I just say? Justice. Justice, the yin and the yang, it's finally balanced out. And right behind it was the Page of Truth, because you stayed in humble truth. You stayed humble and you stayed in the truth. And we're going to end with this card because it's the last card that was turned up in the deck. All the rest of the cards are now facing down. And it's the wolf on the stick. And we just did a shorts called Wolves in Sheep's Clothing. So what a perfect way to end, huh? I'm telling you, I love tarot. This is so awesome. I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening. 13:13 on the clock.